Hi, welcome to the session. The session regarding the SAP basis. Mainly this short presentation contains we are starting from what is SAP and where the basis coming into the picture, and after that mainly what are the basis roles and responsibilities in the real-time scenarios as a basis consultant in SAP projects, the main focused areas, and then what are the extra things we are giving from our end being a basis trainer. And as part of this curriculum, this is what we are going to present in this short presentation. First, let us see what is SAP. See, SAP is an abbreviation which stands for Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. See, just to understand this word is a small example I'll give you. See, for example, if you take a Gmail example, see, if you are giving gmail.com enter, the next screen is coming to you where you are giving user ID and password. After giving password enter, again it's fetching your mail data, right? So what's happening in the background is it's taking your request as soon as you enter, and it's going to the Google server and fetching the information and giving it to you. That means in the back end, one application software is supporting to process all these things. It's not only Gmail, any kind of like eBay or Flipkart or maybe your online banking or any kind of business scenario you take. So the back end, the application software plays an important role. So that kind of application software is SAP. See, it's a ERP software. See, ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. So to conclude, what is this? Planning the resources, planning the resources in an enterprise. So what does this ERP meaning is? Exactly to say is a set of rules which makes your business successful. Nothing but probably you might have good team, good business thoughts, good investment, but you are not all coordinating all this in a proper manner. You can't achieve your business goals, right? But this ERP tells you what to do, what not to do. Based on this, the SAP has been developed. Like that, there are a lot of ERP products. Among them, SAP is the toppest ERP vendor in the world in terms of customers, sales, revenue, everything. It was earlier invented or developed in the 1972 based on R2 mainframe. See, R2 is two-tier client-server mechanism. I hope you heard about client-server mechanism. Not a problem. We are going to see that in the next slide. Because of some challenges in the R2, so the successful architecture, what is that is R3, that is real-time three-tier architecture. With this architecture, they developed this SAP product later on with client-server mechanism only, and they are running successfully since last many years with lot of products, lot of features, and lot of combinations. So the base for the SAP is ABAP language. ABAP is their own proprietary language. Nowadays, they are coming with all the products with the NetWeaver flavor. Okay, so NetWeaver is nothing but in addition to ABAP, they are adding the Java for some other features that is called NetWeaver. So we are going to see what is NetWeaver in the NetWeaver demo. Okay, so this is purely based on the ABAP part, nothing but R3 basis. Okay, this is small introduction about SAP. And first we are going to see who is using SAP. See, why I am presenting this slide is so many people might have the questions like, okay, SAP we are hearing since last more than 10 years or 15 years. So already the market is saturated. So is there any opportunity still going forward? Yes, we have. So that's why this slide I am presenting. See, as per this slide, you are seeing 70% of Fortune 100 companies already implemented SAP, and 50% of Fortune 500 companies, more than that also, implemented SAP. See, as per NASSCOM, see what is a NASSCOM? NASSCOM is an IT regulator in the world. So they deal all the IT businesses in the world. With their approval only, we should do the IT business, right? So it is not my survey or maybe SAP survey, is a NASSCOM survey. By 2007, what NASSCOM saying that as per the survey, SAP occupied 12% of market. That means out of 100 companies, 12 companies implemented SAP. Same by 2011, that means from 2007 to 2011, 4 years, they grown up to 34 to 36%. See the magic. See, in this competitive world, one product captured more than 200% than what they have in 2007. After 2011, now 2015, it's crossed almost 50% market. See, in this competitive world, single product captured 50% market means it is not an easy thing. Of course, there are a lot of reasons why SAP got this market because of its supportability, its integrability, and its integration between modules into customizability, and it supporting any OS or any database, and lot of products, lot of features, lot of services, and their product, what you can say, quality. Or because of all these reasons, yes, they got good market. See, what you need to understand here is, see, in this 2015, already it captured more than 50% market means. What NASCAM is saying is, if it is like that, by 2019 or 20, SAP going to capture 100% market of ERP, not 98 or 99. If it is like that, you can't see any other ERP in the market as a competitor for SAP. Okay, if it is like that, what NASCAM is saying is, as of now, let us say we have 1 lakh basis consultants. Going forward, we require 6 to 7 lakhs basis consultant. That means 600 to 7% basis consultant. So why I am saying this is, see, a lot of the people asking like market is saturated or the what about opportunities going forward like that. No doubt, guys. So next 20 years, there won't be any competitor for SAP. So I hope it is enough for our career, right? So that is the future scope of SAP. A small analysis by NASCOM, guys. Okay, right. Now we are going to see the client server mechanism. See what this client server is. See, usually a small example I'll tell you. If you see, you use your laptop or desktop to send a Gmail or use a Gmail. Nothing but your laptop is a client from where you are using. That means your Explorer you are using in client. That means your laptop. If you enter gmail.com, what it will happen, it travels over the network, that means internet, and connects to Google server and fetches the next page. In the next page, what it will prompt your user ID password. If you give user ID password, enter, again it goes and validates in the Google server and fetches your mail data. That means it is a requester, it is a responder. That is a good. Here you need to understand the server is nothing but Google server in this example, or maybe your online banking. If you take your laptop is your client, your online banking server is server, nothing but your database. Okay, but here some challenges are there. One example I'll tell you what is that challenge is. See, for example, let us say this server can handle 100 requests maximum at a time, but all of a sudden 200 requests came and hitting the server. Then what will be the server situation? Obviously server performance goes down. Sometimes it will hang, sometimes it might goes uh, unresponsive also. So if it is happening like that, the client will face very slow response. That means the Gmail, if you enter gmail.com, enter, the next page will open probably after 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Will you bear that slow? No, not only Gmail, any other business, if you are happening like that, you can't bear that. So obviously our business goes down. So how to address this problem? It's not only for Gmail. Any business scenario if you take, it can't have much limit to handle. So, but more than that limit coming, it can't handle that limit. Obviously, the performance will be affected at client side. So that is the reason we'll see few solutions, how it works, etc. First one is we need to control the client request. See, if you think practically, how the client request will be controlled. See, you are using Gmail, I am using Gmail. You can ask me, hey, Mr. You are my friend, stop using Gmail. Okay, you are my friend, you requested I stop my Gmail using. So that one user you can control. Like that, how do you know at this moment how many people are using Gmail? How do you control them? It's highly impossible. That means controlling client request is not possible. Second thing is increasing the server. People will say that, oh, no problem. It can handle 100, right? Another server we can install one more 100. It can handle 200 servers, two servers. But just a second. Yeah, sorry. See, as I told, this is a database. Server means database. See, practically for a single business, multiple databases not possible, not recommended. In that case, neither controlling client requests nor increasing the servers possible, impossible. Then how to address this problem? That's why they came up with these are the two layers. We can call it as R2 architecture, client server. Okay. So they introduced one more layer in between them. They made it as three-tier architecture that is called all three. What this middle layer will do is it will act as a wall and works in a smart way, like allowing all the requests from the client and stops the request in this middle layer in such a way ensuring the load on the server or database is less. At the same time, the performance to the user is not affected. In such a way, the third layer is designed. It's nothing but application layer. In between them, they introduce the application layer. So just analogy getting guys here, the presentation layer is nothing but the client, server is nothing but the database. Okay, server is nothing but the database, and by introducing application layer in between them, in between client and server, they made it as three layers, three-tier architecture, that is presentation layer, application layer, and database. Where SAP coming into the picture in this layer only. What SAP will do is, okay, let the request come from presentation layer, not a problem. But it has its own architecture to control all these processes, and it sends the request to the database and fetches the information and gives it to you. For example, you're inserting ATM card here in the presentation area. That your ATM machine is a presentation layer. You are checking for the balance. The request will be taken by the SAP and it uses its own processes here and goes to the database and fetches the information and gives you whatever the balance you have. Nothing but SAP is acting as a middle layer, okay, mediator here to process your request. And also it doesn't contain any data or database. That's why it supports all the databases in the backend. Database is separate again. Maybe you are using here Oracle or DB2 or MaxDB or SQL, whatever it may be. SAP supports. That's how this SAP layer is designed, and being a basis consultant, we are going to handle this layer. If we know how to handle this, then the business will be good. If this layer is suffering, then the business will not good. In terms of performance, in terms of installation, in terms of patching, in terms of transport mechanism, in terms of client mechanism, in terms of troubleshooting all the process issues or dispatch issues, okay, and same from database as well. So as a basis consultant, we are going to handle these two layers from the technical point of view. It doesn't mean that you need to know the coding or programming. No, it doesn't require any coding knowledge or programming knowledge or any other knowledge. Just a technical support is like a system admin job in normal traditional approach. SAP admin is called basis admin. We are doing installation, administering this layer in terms of troubleshooting, performance, patches, kernel patches, support packs, client administration, transport management, load balancing, upgrades, both from SAP layer level and database level. In this course, we are going to see about the SAP basis here and then Oracle database. Why? Because most successful database in the world is Oracle, and out of 100 customers of SAP, more than 75 or 80% using Oracle. There is a reason we are going to teach here in the in this course Oracle database. That is Oracle DBA course. It doesn't mean that you should know the DBA. If you know, it's an advantage. Otherwise, I am going to cover you here the database part as well. So now I hope you understand what is the three layers. Of course, we are going to see clearly what are these and everything here. Now we are going to see the what are the competitor for SAP in the market from ERP side. These are all the competitors like Oracle, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, everything. But whatever it may be, SAP is the toppest ERP vendor. As I told, it captured almost more than 50% market. Okay, and the course contains mainly. I'll give you a brief overview of the things whatever I'm covering you. The implementation. What is the implementation? Is nothing but if your company is using non-SAP product, they want to move to SAP. The process of replacing your old product with SAP is called implementation. So we are going to see end-to-end implementation, including the installations, everything in this course. And we are giving you the software, etc. We are making you hands-on practice everything, because the basis consultant needs to know how to install and how to troubleshoot the issues for the installation as well. And not only knowing the installation, we need to know all these phases we have. SAP methodology we can call it as. So if you know this, then only you can understand the how the end-to-end implementation will work. We are going to discuss thoroughly. Okay. After that, the main focusing area is troubleshooting, especially the work process. We call it as the process will handle your user request. Different types of requests, different, and we have some services as well, like message server and gateway. So how to troubleshoot all these issues? So if you know how to handle this area, 30 to 40% basic job is done in the day-to-day life of a basis consultant. Okay, and then from the load balancing point of view and a performance point of view, the operation modes concept is a wonderful concept given by SAP. So without changing the parameters and restarting the system, we can switch dynamically the work process as you required. Of course, you are not aware of as of now what are the work process and switching, etc. We are going to see that later. And the log on load balancing. So load balancing, the meaning itself is saying distributing the load. See, if I have like a 5 SAP servers, so I have 1,000 users, means all 1,000 users are logging into only one server. It creates a load on here. But being a basis consultant, we need to distribute this load, whatever coming from here, across all the instances. So which will improve the performance of your system. See, for example, if you are going to ATM machine is slow, means that means screen to screen the response time is very high, means there is nothing but performance effect. So they don't know that things. They'll simply complain to customer care. So that comes to us. Then we need to see all these things. How to handle all those, everything we are going to see. And then the like connectivity between different systems, like we can call it as RFC interface or RFC connections. So if I want the data from ECC to BW system, or BW to CRM, or EP to ECC, like that, so it will happen through the RFCs only. So we are going to see how to connect one SAP system to another SAP system, how to troubleshoot the issues, etc. And the change management, especially the transport management, we can call it as how the changes will be moved, transfers will be performed. Okay, it's a very important from the development and customization point of view. Of course, we are not doing in development customization, but we are involving here to move the transports and troubleshoot the transport issues. The changes what you are making here, we need to release and then import here, troubleshoot transport issues. Once it is tested here, and then we will do it here. So how it goes, what is the mechanism behind all these things, and also this will work, all the transport mechanism whatever you are seeing will work in SAP if you configure STMS, that is transport management system. So how to configure transport management system? As soon as I release a change request here, how this request goes to here, I need to go here and here, because we define here how to configure all these we are going to see. And then the memory and buffers, very important from the performance point of view, how the memory will be impacted in the server performance and the CPU's load, and then buffers. So we are going to thoroughly see in depth as a basis consultant what we need to do. And the client in SAP is a money maker. Okay, is a nothing but data separator technically if you speak. So how the client mechanism will work? Okay, if you understand this client mechanism, so you can easily understand how the SAP is working. So as a base consultant, we involve in client creation and client copies, client securing, client deletion, and the change management. All these things are interdependent. Okay, then the client copies, as I told, we have default clients 000, 00, 10, 6, and these are SAP given clients, but we never use that. We create our own clients like 500, 600, ranging from 000 to 999. Any number you can use without repeating same number. So how to handle all these, what are these things we are going to see. And then the patches, very important from the basis point of view. We are responsible for applying the patches for SAP system to enhance functionality, to get enhanced functionality whatever the SAP giving, or maybe bug fixing the existing issues. Not only patches, here we are going to see notes, add-on installation, and then kernel patches or kernel upgrade mechanism, everything live demo. You also can practice on your system, because this is one of the important and major area for the basis consultant to know. And then obviously we are going to discuss about upgrade scenario as well, and the workload. Yes, the from performance point of view is a very important topic from for the basis consultant, how to manage the work or how to distribute the work, and how to find out the issue where it is, how to troubleshoot, everything we can come to know through the workload monitor. So very beautiful transaction we have here in SAP, that is called ST03. So what is this, how to use this transaction, everything we are going to see. Okay, and not last but not least, the database. Yes, I'm going to cover here from the database scratch. It's not like telling few transaction codes from the as a like a code DBA. I will be going to start everything from the architecture point of view, and how the SAP we will use the table spaces, backups, DB refresh, system copies, and how all these process mechanisms communicate, everything. Because if you don't know this, how it works, you can't understand database. Why? Because without knowing database, you can't as a basis consultant. There's a reason we are more focusing on database as well here, especially system copy and system refresh mechanisms. System copy is copying the building the new system using the existing data, and the DB refresh is refreshing the database of existing data into the existing system. So what is the difference between these all these things we are going to see, system copy or system refresh or DB refresh. Okay, and overall if you see from the database or SAP layer point of view, we are involving in all these areas: installation, implementation, nothing but performance tuning, memory management, troubleshooting, even printers, creating users, user administration, background jobs, and starting stopping maintenance activities, patching, performance tuning. Okay, all these things we are going to cover. Of course, users is not our part, but few things we are going to basic things, because nowadays security is uh, deviated from basis. They are separated. It's not our role. No need to worry about user security. But basic things we are going to learn here. So overall, if you see all these things, being a base consultant, no required any programming or no coding, any kind of any other prior experience also. Any new consultant in IT also can learn this. No need to know C language or B language or A language. Okay, nothing to worry about that. Okay, this is why, because the beauty of the technical module is that only anybody can learn without any priority knowledge. Of course, if you have like kind of some Unix knowledge or networking knowledge or maybe database knowledge, added advantage, but it's not mandatory for the basis. Okay, and finally, we are going to see in these two layers what we are going to do from the basis point of view in this course. Okay, so this course go for 45 hours minimum, including all implementation, installation, basis. Okay, and then Oracle database and even Unix I am teaching here. And we are going to practice installation on Linux as well, because if at all your SAP is installed on Unix or Linux environments, how will you handle? It is in Windows, it's easy, right click, double click, copy, paste, open. But whereas in Unix we need to know the commands. That's why I'm going to teach that, and we are going to install in Unix as well. And also I'm providing you the material certification books, and I'll be always available for all your doubts. And my course will go with the theory, demo, and with giving assignments to you guys. So before coming to next class, you need to finish the assignment, you need to read the document, you need to practice on the server, and come to the class. If you have any questions, we will discuss the questions, answers, and then we will go to the new topic. Like that, we'll go for the almost the course will go for 2 months, excluding weekends. Okay, so this is what guys I want to tell you here regarding the base course. If any questions, you can get back to us. Thank you.